Greetings, my name is Ronald Shumba and welcome to my blog. Today I'm going to be exploring issues around why a good God would permit evil to happen, which is known as theodicy. And in this case, I'm going to be exploring the case of the Rwandan genocide in Rwanda. And this occurred in 1994 from about 7 April to 15th of July, where about 600,000 Tutsi people were killed by the Hutus. And this is just in less than 100 days. But why would God permit such evil to occur? First of all, I just want to put a disclaimer out there that this does not reflect my own thoughts, but these are theories that are put out there to try to explain why evil occurs. First and foremost, the first theory is that God gives humanity the freedom to choose, which is called free will, and humanity suffers the consequences of their own choice. And in this case, the Hutus chose to kill their fellow compatriots. One writer called Mahmoud Mamdan, in his book called When Victims Become Killers, actually narrates about confessions by some of the perpetrators during what they call the Kachacha inquiries, which were the local village courts that were set up by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission in Rwanda, which show that people confess that they chose to participate. The second thing is that sometimes God permits evil or bad things to happen because God has a reason to let it happen. And this reason sometimes remains a mystery to us. Just like in Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, where it says, "For I alone know the plans I have for you." So the Almighty God would not let anything happen, without giving it a nod. So God remains ultimately responsible for whatever happens. The third thing is that God gives humanity power to choose. Like I said earlier on, that God gives us free will. But because humanity sometimes chooses the things that harm ourselves or others, sometimes God jumps in to intervene. In the case of the Rwandan genocide, God used people like Romeo Dallaire, who was one of the generals who resisted orders to withdraw United Nations peacekeeping troops from Rwanda to stop the massacre. So in this case, we see that God sometimes gives authority, or rather empowers humanity. And sometimes God chooses to withdraw that power. So these are some of the theories that would explain why evil persists.